Managing your money while traveling abroad can actually make or break your trip, especially if you're away for weeks or months at a time like we are. And we've learned some hard lessons along the way.
Hi, we are Chan and Lian, state traveling. We spend about 5 months a year living in India and have learned a few things about handling finances overseas.
So today we're sharing 5 smart money moves to do before you even leave your home so that your trip, well, it'll help trip stay stress free. I don't know if it can ever be stress free, but it will help. And it will help keep your accounts safe while you're traveling.
Uh, Please recognize that our experiences, which we highlight here, are based on our experience because we live in USA, and also the places which we have visited. And so keep in mind, but a lot of them apply in general to ensure that someone back home you trust have a legal access to handle your accounts and sign documents.
Yeah, that's number
Especially,
one.
especially at our age,
Yeah.
because we don't know.
Yeah, I think our number one tip to start with is to be sure you have a power of attorney. Probably if you're our age, you probably do, but it's really important that you review that power of attorney. And the reason you want that is,
If something happens to
yeah,
us,
you've got someone that you can trust back home to take care of legal matters or financial matters that they sometimes do creep up. And I know it sounds formal, but it can save you some huge headaches if there's an emergency or just a bill that you forgot to pay.
not only that, medical insurance, make sure, that, somebody can access your medical
Yeah,
record or talk to your insurance company, such as Blue Cross, Blue Shield, because otherwise they don't let anybody talk.
that's true.
Yeah,
That's true. We
yeah.
ran into that. I was surprised. I was trying to access his payments through at our provider, which is Blue Cross Blue Shield, and they said, "Well, has he given you permission to access that account?" And so we had to go through Blue Cross and Blue Shield to make sure that I could access his account and he could access mine because otherwise I couldn't pay.
Yeah.
Oh my God, things get so complicated. So, number one is make sure that your power of attorney's in order and that your power of attorney knows where all your documents are, especially when you're traveling. And number two is we suggest that you leave a couple of signed checks with this person to cover any unnecessary, unexpected expenses like property tax payment or let's say a
Yeah,
traffic ticket you forgot to pay.
yeah, I mean, that these are some things which do pop up, and it is easier than for somebody to pay your bills.
Yeah, yeah. So number two, leave a couple of signed checks with the person who is your power of attorney. It'll just make it a lot easier. And number three, be sure to notify your bank and your credit card companies when you're going to be leaving and which countries you will be staying in.
It makes it easier for the bank to see the charges coming in, they are not being declined at times, or you have a trouble accessing your account at the ATM because most of the financial institutions are becoming much more aware of the fraud and they are trying to protect you and as well as themselves.
Yeah, and that has happened to us where
Yeah.
we couldn't make a charge
Yeah.
on our credit card because we forgot to notify him that we were going to be in, I don't know where it was at that time, Portugal, I think.
Yeah, I think it was okay with us because But one of our friend, the people who were traveling, they couldn't take money out,
Yeah.
because they were with the small bank in rural Minnesota, and they were not up to date with the modern
Yeah. Yeah.
technology.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and then the other thing is, I bring, I'd say 2 credit cards along, just in
Always,
case you have
always
problem with one.
bring. I would suggest bring at least 2 credit cards. If one doesn't work, the second one is there,
Yeah.
and 2 debit cards, so that you can always access money in any one of those.
And that brings me to tip number 4, and that's how to avoid international fees and ATM problems. So we highly recommend when you travel that you use your card at ATM machines at banks. And that these cards will reimburse your foreign transaction fees or ATM charges. We have a card through Charles Schwab, but I'm sure that there's other cards out there, and we get reimbursed because these fees can really add up.
Actually, when you are using an ATM card, try to use it at the bank. Number 3, there are a lot of third-party ATM machines, and if something happens, you are more in trouble to get your money back, or this or that. But the bank, even at the bank, we were in Turkey, and we were using the bank office to take our money out, and right over there, um, somebody took our card, and in the next few minutes they had charged $3,000 at an account in England.
And I will say one thing that Chan does is he keeps every day he's looking at our charges when we're traveling to make sure that there isn't any.
Yeah, I think that's a good habit. I do it regularly, but sometime I do miss. So I think most of the time it is they are all legitimate if you are taking these care, but things can happen.
Yeah. So number 5, put all your bills on auto pay. It just will solve so many problems. I mean, even when we're at our home base in the United States, all our bills are on auto pay, and it's just essential, especially I think at our age, it really is. And your utilities, your insurance, your credit cards, your mortgage, all these things can be put on auto pay. And here's another handy little tip. Did you know that through the United States Postal Service you can sign up for their informed delivery program, and it emails you photos of incoming mail every day. So we've once spotted, that was that parking ticket. We spotted an unpaid parking ticket, and our power of attorney was able to take care of it. The other thing we saw coming in was a rebate check that we forgot all about. And again, our power of attorney was able to make that deposit. So really, this is a great service from the United States Postal Service, and I don't know if you're aware of it or not. So, yeah, that's our 5 tips. Power of attorney, number 1, leave a couple of signed checks at home. Notify your bank and credit card companies that you're going to be traveling and where to. And really work hard at avoiding those international fees and ATM problems. And put your bills on auto pay. And oh, by the way, before your trip, you may want to be sure that you download your bank's mobile app.
I think that before you leave home or wherever you are traveling from, make sure your credit cards and as well as debit cards are working. And if there is any problem, then you can take care of it whether your card has expired or something has happened to its magnetic strips.
Yeah, and that's our bonus tip because also there are some countries where your credit card may not work.
But yeah.
Yeah, so just check that out before you go. If you do this before you go, it will really help avoid some hassles. And of course, the goal here isn't to overplan, it's to travel with, I guess you'd call it peace of mind. And when your finances are set, you can focus on exploring.
Yes, and enjoy the travel.
Yeah. So we'd love to hear what your money management issues are and problems you may have faced and how you've solved some things. What are your tips?
Yeah, please advise us on using ATM. How to, we use a lot, but we can always learn
Yeah.
from your experience.
And one other thing about ATMs is, do you remember when we were when India was changing its currency and we couldn't access an ATM machine for how long was that?
For a week or two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So the other good idea is to basically to always have some cash ready with you.
yeah.
I know it adds another element of risk, but it can happen.
It can happen.
It can.
So keep some local currency with you. So that's our tips. And if you like what you've heard, we'd appreciate it if you would subscribe or like the video because it keeps us motivated to be doing this.
And send us tips how we can stay traveling safe.
Yeah, and if you have any questions, of course, we'd love to either answer from our own experience or help you find the answers. So for now,
Bye.
bye. Stay traveling.